Good morning. Yeah. This lift is definitely still.
Hey, Bones. How's it going?
How you doing, man?
I'm retired from right now.
Oh, I am.
There's a hat! You lost a hat.
I lost my hat.
Wow. Huh.
Oh my god, am I happy to see you.
You weren't any pounds like communities already.
Morning. Yep. Unregretting my life choices.
The distance and the terrain is pretty, it's hard. I mean, but it's fair. You know, that's what you sign up for.
I bought a bike just for walking up hills.
Never ending. Yeah, no, I think every stage has been longer than I thought. And I've had to just like focus on the moment and what I'm doing now and go to the next thing when the next thing comes. But yeah, kind of just like overcoming the moment.
The mood's been good. The mood's been good. We've had a couple reports of some beat up feet a little bit. I imagine they've been, you know, wet almost essentially from the start with the prologue.
Well, day one was very dark. My team doesn't know, but I was trying to, first I was gonna quit. And then I was like, no, I'm not a quitter. So I'm like, no, that's not an option. And then I was like, so what injury could I have that I could get out of this race?
We had some big challenges early on with the rain, and a couple of new racers, a couple of teammates that were new to it, they kind of hit an early wall that happens, and but it's cool. It's cool to see that growth because we got past it.
That's a highlight. Just new people, new team, learning new things about them. I think that's the thing about adventure racing is you learn your team, you learn their strengths. So to plunge into this and not know everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and it's kind of been a crash course real quick. But it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, after stage one, I thought it was way too much. That was really tough. But we had a fun day out on the water today. Fun times on the bike, some epic trails, and just like excited to get back out there tonight.
That was a beautiful check. Good job, guys.
Nothing's ever quite as easy as it seems. You really got to stay in touch with the map the whole time. And sometimes, try as hard as you might, you can't. You think you can use roads, but you need to be using features and directions and distances and literally every tool in the toolbox, which is hard when you're sleep deprived, but we're getting there.
I think there's a lot of races out there that are more technical than Endless Mountains, that are more exotic than Endless Mountains, that have kind of different flavors and characters for folks, but our race is really about navigation.
It's just tricky, there's a lot of off-trail controls, which we tend to expect at Endless. And, when you're tired, it's you can make mistakes, and we made a couple mistakes. So now we're trying to catch up, and
there's a lot of micro nav in the race. There's a lot of checkpoints. So, we've had some of the top navigators from North America really reflect on how they just feel like they have to constantly be engaged. There's not that traditional kind of expectation of biking for 25 or 30 miles before you have to look for something. We think it's fun. I mean, we love that.
We were so happy to finally have a UR here.
I think we have found that a lot of racers really enjoy that.
You up there?
Yeah.
We saw our route through up on the fire tower that we're gonna take. Having a good time.
But that can be an incredibly mentally draining challenge for the best navigators. And so when you watch Endless Mountains unfold, it's not unusual to see the best teams making, kind of mistake after mistake after mistake.
The maps, I think, are well put together, but they're meant for true navigators. They're meant for navigators to be using every single detail to figure out where they need to be. None of the checkpoints are giveaways. You have to know what you're doing.
It's a great reminder of, even the best teams are making mistakes out there. And I've had a chance to talk to them at other times in the race, and I know that their navigation has not been perfect, but, they are so good at working as a team, right? To work through those problems. They're really great at not getting flustered. And they're really good, I think, at identifying very quickly when something's not lining up. And then trying to work through that and work backwards through it.
Feels good to get one.
50. Just too much. And the time of day, it's like we planned it like this.
What are some other ways that teams manifest teamwork?
Gosh. In a sleep deprivation mode, that's hard to answer. Just communication. Just constantly checking on each other and communicating. And telling each other what's going on.
We all have our issues right now.
Yeah, just
helping each other get through whatever issue that is.
Yeah, we're taking care of each other, taking care of ourselves. That's the most important. We're racing against the course, the weather, and we're working together.
I think it's going really well, but we're kind of a new configuration as a team, so just learning each other's strengths and weaknesses and learning how to talk to each other and how to help people when they need something. Sometimes your teammate doesn't always know what they need, so kind of reading them. But we're doing pretty good. We're talking a lot. We're voicing our needs when they come up and just trying to take care of things.
Yeah, I can tell you from an outsider's perspective, not only for navigating, but otherwise there's no ego involved. He's been very confident, or the other one's been very confident. The other one calls him out and says, "Are you sure?" And I've never seen that before. Once in a while, that ego gets in there, like, "Yes, I know where I'm going," and maybe don't. So that has saved us the double checking half a dozen times easily.
The way that you communicate is super important. So we have someone working and pushing us at the TA.
We're gonna take care of all the bikes or all the boats and the paddle stuff. So all we need you to do is build your bikes and then work on that. Is that cool?
The way that they do that is very important, because if not, everyone's tired, we get annoyed. So that's important. Also, there's times when people are suffering. For me, for example, I like people to come and talk to me. I don't want to be by myself when I'm struggling. There's others that want to be alone, but just checking up on them.
You know, no one's got a set role. The roles just shift around. It's fluid. Whoever needs what, people just dive in.
When someone is struggling or when the team is struggling, just communicating right, it can really help you, or it can send you to places that you don't want to go.
There's stories, but we're getting through it.
We are putting Ryan's bike together because he's not feeling very well this morning or last night.
Just help him push him through the finish line and get him going again.
This is the first time on a team where we've talked the talk, right? But it actually happened. Like, we really slept on the first night, which is super hard.
It's really hard.
It's awesome to work with a team, I have to say, and it gives me so much respect for what happens when I do have support crews out there. Because there's a lot of things that happen during those that they don't even make me think about. And doing all the thinking is exhausting.